This is the book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 7. And when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled, for such things must needs be, but the end shall not be yet. NOT. And you will hear of wars and threats of wars, but don't panic. Yes, these things must take place, but the end won't follow immediately. Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is his son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 7, is that reports are coming in how America and them JJs are gearing up and prepared to do a preemptive strike on Iran. And that's why China and Russia over the last several days have been sending military equipment to Iran. Okay? So China and Russia are behind the scenes, all right, using Iran as a proxy to go against them JJs and them JJs, the 1948ers, and America, Babylon the Great. Okay? So we're here, all right? It's getting spicy, it's getting exciting, and this has to happen so we get up out of here, all right? Now, of course, the nukes are not going to fly. Disclaimer, the nukes are not going to fly until the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, is made mandatory, all right? However, when you see stuff like this is a good barometer or a good measure, all right, for us to, regarding how close we are for that chip to be made mandatory, okay? We're very close, all right? So this is why you cannot take your hand off the plow. This is why you cannot look back like Lot's wife, all right? Yahweh Shai said that. You know what? Let me get that scripture. Just the spirit jumped on me to say it because I wanted to bring out another scripture pertaining to this article. Lot's wife, right? Luke chapter 17. I'll start at 26. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. 27. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage. Right, you clearly see that here in America, Babylon the Great. These people are just carrying on like this society is going to continue to go on and on forever. Okay? Until the day that Noah entered into the ark and the flood came and destroyed them all. Right? Okay? And we here at Great Millstone and those that follow the doctrine of Great Millstone through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai, we're building a spiritual ark, okay? Because we know, all right, the only way to get up out of this destruction, all right, is through Yahweh Shai, who the world really calls Jesus. 28. Likewise also as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded, right? Okay? Again, when Yahweh Shai returns, this is what these people are going to be doing, man. Okay? 29. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Right? Okay? Because nuclear war is coming. All right? Nuclear war is imminent. In fact, a whole bunch of news media reported that the doomsday clock, right? Doomsday clock 2026 was set to a new time, 85 seconds to midnight. All right. This is they're calling it the closer than ever to doomsday since this thing was created. All right. Back in the was it the early 50s or late 40s? I think it was the early 50s that the doomsday clock was created. Late 40s, 1947. Okay? So the doomsday clock picture as it's setting on 85 seconds to midnight. Last changed in January 2026. All right? This is the closest it's ever been. All right? So nuclear war is coming. There's no stopping it. All right? But again, the nukes are not going to fly until the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, is made mandatory. All right? So we're close. And that's why, again, all right, these people are going to be partying and BSing all the way up to when the nukes drop. And, of course, when Yahweh Shai comes, because, again, the Son of Man, okay, is coming in the midst of World War III. Okay? This should get you excited. Yahweh Shai is coming back. Okay? Who the world inly calls Jesus. 30. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. There you go. See? Let's see what this says in the NLT version. Yes, it will be business as usual right up to the day when the Son of Man is revealed. Right, because there's going to be, okay, cities that are functioning, like business as usual. People using their RFID chip to buy and sell and drive around in their stupid autonomous, vehicle that they're not even driving. They're just, what's it called? The passenger seat in. All right. The reason why I said that, because down here in South Florida, they already have vehicles that are driverless robots. Check this out. Driverless taxis, Miami. Yep, Waymo officially launched its fully autonomous robo-taxi service in Miami on January 22nd, 2026, operating across 60 square mile area, including Brickell, Wynwood, the Design District, and Coral Gables, right? This is where all the wealthy schmucks live at, all right? Especially them JJs. There's a lot of JJs down here in South Florida, okay? The service is available 24/7 to the public via Waymo app, right? So it's these, the ones that I've seen are the Jaguar ones, the all electric Jaguar I-Pace vehicles, okay? So these are them, all right? They drive around. There's nobody in it. It's weird, okay? It's so fucking tacky and it's weird, all right? Sometimes you're like, what the hell? Like, who's in that vehicle? But then you have to, oh yeah, that's that autonomous shit. All right, I'm looking for when this thing has a mind its own and starts just running people over and they can't stop it. Okay, and brothers, okay, those that are thinking of taking this autonomous, I wouldn't. All right, I wouldn't. I would call for a regular Uber. This just is dangerous. All right, nobody's in this vehicle. What happens when the lights go out? What happens when the red light? There's no red light. What does it do then? Okay? Anyway, the point is, not to go off on a tangent or another topic. It's going to be business as usual all the way up to when the Son of Man, all right, shows up and starts destroying wicked people. 31. And that day, he which shall be upon the housetop and his stuff in the house, let him not come down to take it away. And he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back. Right. Don't be, again, 32. Remember Lot's wife. Right. Meaning, all right, don't be looking back into this world and thinking about, okay, all the things you're going to miss and all the things you're going to lose. I want to see what it says in the NLT version. On that day, a person out on the deck of the roof must not go down into the house to pack. A person out in the field must not return home. What does the AMP say? On that day, whoever's on the housetop with his belongings in the house must not come down and go inside to take them out. And likewise, whoever's in the field must not turn back. Right. Basically, all right, don't be thinking like Lot's wife, all the stuff you're going to lose and all the good things you had. All right? 33. Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it, and whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it. 34. I'll tell you, in that night there shall be two men in one bed. One shall be taken, and the other shall be left. Right. Okay, this is talking about the deliverance. Okay, the salvation. 35. Two women shall be grinding together. The one shall be taken, and the other left. Right. This is talking about employment. All right. Yes, there will be a form of employment when Yahweh Shai returns, okay? And an elect will be beamed up. Two women will be grinding flour together at the mill. One will be taken, the other left. All right. Here's another one. NLT. Two men will be working in the field. One will be taken, the other left. Right. Okay. What does the AMP say? Two men will be in the field. One will be taken, the other left. Right. So there will be a form of employment because this prophecy has to be fulfilled. All right, for certain men of the elect or certain women of the elect. Okay. Not everybody's going to be running around. Okay. Or out of a job. Okay. This prophecy has to be fulfilled too. The Lord's about balance. Not everybody's going to be running around and not have a job and on the run. Okay. Certain of the elect are just going to be working all the way up to the end, till they delivered. Okay. So yeah. Oh, last one, 37. And they answered and said unto him, Where, Lord? And he said unto them, Wheresoever the body is, thither will the eagles be gathered together. Right. And this is talking about the destruction. Okay. Yep. Look, NOT version. Here it is. Where will this happen, Lord? The disciple asked. Yahushua replied, Just as the gathering of vultures show there is a carcass nearby, so these signs indicate that the end is near. Okay? And again, the carcass is going to be the main carcass. A lot of dead bodies is going to be in the Middle East. All right? With this World War III. Okay? So, let's read this again. A coordinated signal as U.S. General visits JJ State, China flies 16 military cargo planes to Iran. Okay, so we're here. Let me just get to the point. All right, you should know what U.S. Central Command is. All right. They're one of the unified combatant commands. All right, that oversee the whole earth. I'll get it. And this is how we know America is Babylon the Great, the hammer of the whole earth. Unified combatant command. Yeah, I go to this so much that it already has a it already pops up. Let me get. No, that's not the one. I want one that has like a very straightforward. I guess we're going to have to go with this one. All right, this is Unified Combatant Command's area of responsibility. All right, this proves that America is Babylon the Great, the hammer of the whole earth. All right, they have broken down the whole globe into sections. All right, and designated particular military branches to oversee it and to conduct operations on it. Okay, because the command centers are ran by officers, high-ranking officers. All right, U.S. Central Command is headed by a general. Okay, um, Brad Cooper, right? This guy right here, General Brad Cooper. Right, he's an admiral. Okay, United States Navy admiral, and that's the reason why it makes sense why he wants to use the U.S. Navy to attack Iran, because he's more familiar with this type of warfare. All right, makes sense. All right, you don't want to have an army guy overseeing the U.S. Navy war plans. You want to have a Navy guy. So there you go. Okay, he's an admiral. I don't know. I'm not really familiar with the ranking structure on admiral, but it's high up there. Okay, I'm not sure. I know admiral is high up there, but I'm not like an admiral. Yeah, an admiral is a 4-star commissioned officer ranked in the United States Navy, the United States Coast Guard, and United States Public Health. Right. So he's a 4-star general. All right. So this guy's okay. All he knows is warfare. Okay. This is how we know this is Esau Edom. All right. He shall live by the sword. Okay. These are the Edomites. All right. So you Edomites shouldn't be ashamed of who you are. This is who you are. You're a warmonger nation. Okay. That's what's your blessing. All right. You're the ones that took peace from the earth. Let me get that scripture. Revelation 6 and 2. No, Revelation 6 and 2 is Yahushai. Okay, this is when talking about Yahushai. All right, when he comes in his spaceship with the angels. So let's go to the Revelation 6 and 3. This is the war. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, "Come and see," verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red. Red symbolizes the Edomites, so-called white man. Okay. And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. Right. So when these so-called white people came into power, there's been no peace on earth. Just look at their history. Okay. That they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. Right. The major war, World War I, was Edomites banging on Edomites. World War II was Edomites banging on Edomites, so-called white people. Okay? So who is the biggest killer on the earth? The so-called white man. Yes, but he'll paint, what he'll do is, he'll use the media to make it seem like the so-called black man or the Arab man or the Hispanic man is the worst thing out. Okay? And then you got these stupid average Edomite so-called white people. They fall for it because, they're in their spirit, they hate us too. That's why they'll just believe whatever the news media says. But there you go. Okay? This is Esau Edom. I say own it, Esau Edom, if you're watching. If any of the military personnel or CIA operatives are watching this video, this lesson, own it. You are the Edomites. Own that shit. Okay? Like, let's stop playing around, man. Just fucking own who you are. Anyway, back to this map right here. I wanted to bring this out. So there you go. All right, and this proves that America is Babylon the Great. Okay, and it's ran by the Edomites, so-called white people. Okay. So let's see what the Chinese are doing. So it says the Chinese airlift then arrived as defense support for Iran, coinciding with General Brad Cooper's visit to the JJs. Right. So the Chinese saw that this admiral, 4-star admiral, okay, went to the JJs because they're about to do a preemptive strike. So this is when China said, all right, started delivering weapons. Okay, it says it right here. This aligns with leaks from American and the JJ sources regarding strong Chinese support for Iran in the face of any potential military strikes. The JJ intelligence and military reports published by newspapers such as the Ma'ariv indicated that more than 16 Chinese military cargo planes landed in the Iranian capital, Tehran, in just 56 hours. So there you go. Okay. And again, this goes back to Revelation 16, verse 12. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. Okay? China is in the far east. Okay? Far, far east. All right? And as well as Iran. You know, Iran's in the eastern part too. Well, let's get a map. All right. This is all of Asia. That's why the scripture says, "Woe be unto Asia." But let's get a map of where Iran's at. Yeah. So Iran is right here. All right. And if hey this hey well then this cuts the you Edomites because you say Middle East, right? Okay. But these are the kings of the east being prepared. All right. And best believe China, Russia, they're going to be heavily involved and supporting Iran, just as this article is describing. Okay, because prophecy has to be fulfilled, and you clearly see it. Tehran in just 56 hours. It is believed that these Chinese military aircraft transported advanced air defense systems, electronic warfare equipment, and possibly anti-ship missiles. That's for those. That's for that flotilla. Okay, right? The U.S. Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier. Trump's big armada with aircraft carrier Abe Lincoln arrives near Iran as he warns Tehran to cut deal. Amid Iran tensions, U.S. announces multi-day aerial military drill in the so-called Middle East. U.S. aircraft carrier enters Middle East region. Right. So here it is. America's doing all this saber rattling, yet it's reports are coming in how China gave Iran anti-ship missiles. It's about to get spicy, man. All right, this ain't gonna be like last year, I'll tell you that. With the aim of bolstering Iran's defensive capabilities against any imminent American, Babylon, and JJ imposters attack. This military cooperation between China and Iran falls within a broader framework of long-term strategic military intelligence agreements between the two countries, such as the 25-year agreement, right? Which it's funny how Fox and CNN don't mention this in their report. Like, well, you know, Iran is partnered with China, okay, regarding military agreement. They'll never tell the American sheeple that, right? Which includes massive Chinese investments in exchange for oil supplies, right? And that's the reason why China will defend Iran, because of the oil. They need that oil, all right? And they already saw what America did in Venezuela. America was on its Christopher Columbus, stole that shit. And so China needs to protect their interests, which is that oil supply. The Chinese airlift comes days after similar movements by Russian military transport aircraft. Here we go, which recorded approximately 6 flights during the first month of January alone. This is unusual military activity in the region and significantly higher than in previous periods, right? Because Ezekiel 38, okay, Gog, which is Russia, okay, will be a guard unto the nations, all right? China's primarily aim in the move to supply Iran with military cargo planes is to shift the balance of power in the so-called Middle East in Iran's favor against Tel Aviv. Right. And let's not get it twisted. I love to bring this out because I love to stick it to you proud ass JJs and you proud ass Americans. Remember, last year, where is it at? Gotta bring it out. Where is it at? Oh, it's here. Remember this. China was providing weapons to the Houthis against the JJs last year. Okay? The Houthis were lobbing missiles that were provided to them by China through Iran. Facts. Okay? There's been several reports on this. Okay? So China has been in a proxy war against them JJs. Okay? So it's getting spicy, man. We're almost out of here. That's why you got to stay, okay, watching. Pray as well as watch. All right? I think we're done with that article. I mean, we hit the point. This is from Press TV. This is Iran's news media. Okay? They're reporting that any harm to Ayatollah Khamenei, a declaration of war on Shias worldwide, Lebanese cleric, right? Lebanon, which are the Arabs, all right, they're going to back and defend Iran too, okay? Which reminds me of this scripture. 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse 28. Behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east, 29. Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Right? The Arabs are coming together, okay, against the JJs and against America, Babylon the Great. 30. Also the Carmenians, right? The Carmenians are the Iranians, the Persians. Raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians, right? And this is talking about America. Okay? 31. And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature, and if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them. Okay? So there you go. So they're coming together. All right? So it's going to be very spicy. And again, all right, people are betting that this war is going to happen. 25 million on January 31st? Okay? What do they know? So it's coming, man. It's coming. So when we hit the point, hey, it's about to happen, and this is necessary, all right, for prophecy to be fulfilled so we can get up out of here. Disclaimer, though. Disclaimer. When this war happens, okay, that doesn't mean, all right, the deliverance comes. No, we have to wait for the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. That has to happen, okay? It has to be made mandatory, all right? The hour of temptation, all right? But this is a great barometer. This is a great measuring stick to see how close we are for that being made mandatory, all right? And again, this war right here is going to move a lot of countries and disrupt the minds of the people because, all right, this war is going to be very bloody and very graphic. So, Lord willing, this less edifying. I want to give all praise and all glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Makah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep enduring, keep the faith, keep pushing, keep fighting, keep studying, pray without ceasing, pray for each other, pray for the apostle elders. We're almost out of here. It's getting spicy. It's getting litty. All right? You should be excited. All right? Rejoice because the kingdom is coming. All right? We just got to go through this, all right, tribulation. All right? But hey, it's worth it. All right? Because the kingdom is nigh. All right? This devil's going down. So keep pushing. And for the few that are watching, keep studying when you pray, pray, cover, shalom.